What is up, guys? This is Brandon and I am back with another accounting video today. And today's topic is going to be what do you do after you have finished going through Becker's material and you have about 2 weeks left until your CPA exam. So as I said in my previous video, I always gave myself at least 2 weeks to have basically a final review period before I took my exam. So today I'll be going through exactly what I do during those last 14 days before your exam. So definitely what I stress during those last 2 weeks before your exam is definitely to grind out as many multiple choice questions. And that's to go about saying about 150 to 200 during the week and however many possible you can on the weekdays. So just say that I finished my review, we're going through all of Becker's material on a Sunday. So starting Monday till the 2 weeks after that Monday is my exam. So basically Monday to Friday, I would pretty much just do multiple choice questions, pretty much 2 to 3 hours a day, depending on how much time you have. If you're working full-time or maybe you're not working, you can do actually more. But for me, I was doing about 150 to 200 questions a day during the week after work. So pretty much I would do sets of 31 to 38 depending on which test I was studying for. For example, like BEC has 31 questions per testlet, Reg has 38. So it really just depends on which CPA exam you're taking. But I feel like going through all of those testlets, doing the 30-something questions, helps you get ready for the actual test. And you'll be used to seeing sets of 31 to 38 questions when you're on the actual test, and it helps with time management, and you'll just be kind of used to taking questions in that amount. There should be an option in Becker which you can select, and it'll allow you to select which chapters you want to go through. So pretty much I select chapters depending on which section you're studying for, 1 to 8, 1 to 10, 1 to 6, and I would pretty much have testlets of 31 to 38 questions on pretty much all the topics within that certain CPA exam. And I felt like this helped me because I didn't really know what to expect on the multiple choice questions. I could get a question from chapter 1 and then I could get a question from chapter 6, but it keeps you prepared, and that's what it's going to be like on the real test. You don't know what you're going to get tested on, so at least you are getting used to answering questions from different chapters at pretty much any time during the testlet. And pretty much going through this prepares you well because it's sort of like muscle memory. The more that you practice a certain style of taking multiple choice questions, the easier it'll get. And pretty much if you're already used to taking multiple choice questions in the sets of 31 to 38, on the test it shouldn't be too much different. Because on the test, the questions are pretty similar to what Becker shows us. And Becker does a really good job on using past questions and also creating new questions that will help prepare us basically for each test. Once you get through those 5 days of grinding out multiple choice questions on that Saturday, then I would definitely recommend you reading the outlines that are in Becker. So Becker has an outline for each chapter. So for example, on FAR, there's 10 chapters, there's going to be 10 outlines. Pretty much these outlines just summarize exactly what's going to be in each module, what's going to be in each chapter. And for me, these helped a lot because it kind of just gave me, it helped me remember exactly what's in what chapter. And sometimes I would forget stuff, and there'd be little details in these outlines that helped me remember and kind of just gave you an overview of what I was reviewing. So once you do that, and it could take you about 2 to 4 hours depending on how fast you read and how fast you understand the topics, I would definitely recommend taking the first mock exam. For the mock exams though, I would only do the multiple choice questions. So pretty much I would just do the first testlets, submit, and based on that I would kind of know exactly where I am in my review, and kind of it just gives you a little help on determining what you need to work harder on. I would, however, kind of review some of the simulations. So I would just watch the Skill Master videos that they have for each of the simulations. I wouldn't take too much time on the simulations because I feel like you just really don't know what you're going to get on the simulations. I feel like if you're going to spend hours doing the simulations and you get totally different simulations on the test, you just wasted time studying for something that wasn't on the actual test. So in my opinion, I skipped the simulations. I would just do the multiple choice questions, and based on that, I would kind of know where I'm at in my review. So once you do that first mock based on your results, then I would definitely just go back the next day. So that Sunday, I would definitely just go back to doing multiple choice questions as much as possible. While you're doing the multiple choice questions, I would definitely recommend keeping an Excel spreadsheet recording your scores. So you can kind of tell if you're trending upward or you're kind of trending sideways or even downward. But this definitely helped me because I knew if I was improving, and if it wasn't, my scores weren't going up, I knew that I had to do something else. But for the most part, yeah, the more questions I did, the more my score started to trend up, and it just gives you some confidence going into your test. So pretty much that Sunday, I would definitely do the multiple choice questions again. Monday, I would also do multiple choice questions again, so doing that 150 to 200 a day. And Tuesday, I would definitely recommend doing the second mock exam, but just the multiple choice questions again. So once you do that, you do the first two testlets of the second mock exam, you review your results, and based on that, you can kind of see, okay, I'm trending upward, or I still need to work on a certain topic, and you just get a better idea of where you're at. And then going into the next 2 days, so pretty much Wednesday, Thursday, I would definitely do multiple choice questions again. Pretty much do the 150 to 200 a day. Then on that Friday, I would definitely recommend going through the outlines again. Pretty much reading chapters 1 through 10 or 1 through 8, depending on which test you're taking. Just read the outlines once more, and also go through the notes that you took when you're actually going through your review period. And then once you're going through all your notes and you read all the outlines, then I would take the third mock exam. And that third mock exam, just do the multiple choice questions again. And based on that, you'll have an idea of where you're at about 2-3 days before you take your actual exam. So pretty much you're in the home stretch now. You only have Saturday, Sunday left to review. So pretty much on Saturday, what I would usually do is during the day, I would definitely recommend doing multiple choice questions, probably about, just your 150 to 200. You'll pretty much have the whole Saturday, right, to study. So pretty much those last 2 days, don't do anything but study. But yeah, you would do the 150 to 200 multiple choice questions. And then after that, I would review the AICPA practice exam, which is on their website. And it pretty much has about 10 multiple choice questions and it has like 4 or 5 simulations. I would definitely go through that practice exam because a lot of times what I saw on my test is that the questions were actually very similar to what was on the practice exam. So I felt like if I could take and answer the AICPA practice exam well, then I pretty much have a good idea of what's going to be on the real test. So pretty much I would spend about maybe 3-4 hours doing that practice exam, and then that Saturday night I would definitely review some of the simulations that I felt were going to be most likely tested on. For example, on FAR, I would definitely go over the cash flows, the bank reconciliations, and consolidations. I would do sims in the Becker material and watch the Skill Master videos for about maybe 3 to 5 topics that I feel like I probably will have a simulation on. You don't know, but you kind of just have to have a good guess pretty much. And then on that Sunday, pretty much the day before your exam, I would definitely just recommend reading notes, going through the outlines, but I would not do any multiple choice questions on that day. Pretty much that day you kind of just want to go through stuff lightly and make sure that you remember certain details, but you don't want to psych yourself out by taking sets of 30 something multiple choice questions, because a lot of times what happens is that you're nervous exactly 24 hours or whatever. You don't want to psych yourself out. You want to have as much confidence going into the test as you possibly can. So I definitely just recommend reviewing notes, reviewing the outlines. And then the day of the test, I would always schedule my test. I would try to schedule my test at 12:30 or 12. Because in the morning, I would definitely recommend going through those outlines one more time. So pretty much for fall you go through the 10 outlines, so approximately 2 to 4 hours of studying before your test. I would just read those outlines really quick, pretty much just take it easy, and then that's pretty much all I would do. And I felt like based on that method I was able to prepare myself as best as possible for my CPA exam, and it gave me confidence that I covered all the material, and it gave me confidence that I hit all the points that I needed to get me ready for the exam. So yeah, that's pretty much my final review process. Pretty much the last 2 weeks before your exam, after you have finished going through the review material fully, this is what I would do. Like I said before, this test is not based on how smart you are, but it's definitely a test on how hard you are of a worker. The test is going to test you mentally, physically, but if you are able to focus and put your time and dedication into these exams, especially in those last 2 weeks, like I said, don't have any social life pretty much. You only have to do that 4 times possibly, and then you can put CPA behind your name. So pretty much that's my process, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys learned something in terms of how to finish off the review process for the CPA exams. I hope to have more CPA videos. I might do a question and answer video, and probably have a lot more accounting videos in the future, along with maybe some budgeting videos, some student loan videos that I have coming up. And yeah, hopefully I can continue to bring out content that you guys enjoy. Thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next video.